Hey everybody from YouTube, this is EasyPlease23 here, checking in on, well, the latest YouTube drama, I guess you could call it. Darren, I, like many of the other creators of smaller channels, have received an email. To some, this was very jarring and ruined their day, and it pissed them off and sent them on Twitter rampages and other things, and they're all pissed off because this happened. Uh, so for those not in the loop, I guess it's basically they're gonna take away monetization from those who do not have 4,000 hours watch time in the past 12 months, or and or 1,000 subscribers. So you need both those things to actually qualify to get monetization on your YouTube channel. Now, a lot of the knee-jerk reactions upon receiving this email were like extreme anger, followed by Tyveen saying it's unfair, blaming Logan Paul in that suicide video, among other things. And then it's like, people do realize if you have 1,000 subscribers, you weren't making much money on YouTube anyway. There's a couple, I think it was Keemstar, he was the one who's like, or PewDiePie. Well, Keemstar was the one who's like, if you're trying to, don't make it. So that's him. But PewDiePie, I think, was the one who was like, if you're a lower channel like that and you're trying to make money and you've made like $250 or $100, YouTube's probably spent more on ads to actually give you those ads, I guess. It's just you're not worth your weight. That's how I'll paraphrase it. So what the hell does 1,000 subscribers get you? Well, from what I've learned, you take your subscriber count and you cut it to about a third. That is your audience that will religiously watch your videos to completion. Not counting the stragglers, will probably just turn the video on maybe for a minute and then go off and do something else. But for channels that are under 1,000 subscribers and this amount of watch time, they weren't really doing much anyway. I mean, like, I have 98 subscribers and I think I have almost $30. Hello everyone, sorry for just jumping in here like this, but currently I am not at $30. I am under $20 by about 40 cents. So 98 subscribers should get you about 19 bucks. Maybe, yeah, that's about it. So that's what that is. I way overshot it. Either way, back to the video. Enjoy. Maybe, and then this is over a really long span of time. But that's what this is all about. So for those who are like, what the hell's happening on YouTube now? Well, it's nothing really that serious. It's just they're kind of trimming the fat, I guess you could call it, for those who really they're not hitting this kind of thing. So what do you what really put people off? Well, it's his email, really. It's just like a robotic email. Here's your username for YouTube. And announcing changes to YouTube partner program. While goal remains to keep the YouTube partner program open to as many channels as possible, recognize we need to do some safeguards to protect creator revenue across the YouTube ecosystem. Again, people are drawing many parallels to the adpocalypse that went on around last year that pretty much ruined a whole bunch of people's stuff. That could tie into this, but again, this could just be trimming the fat of sorts. So the quick little blurb they put under, and also if you click more, it'll take you to this creator blog where they explain what happened last year, how they took YouTube with the number of channels making over 6 figures up over 40. They're kind of they're saying that there are creators that are just like they've gone up higher. So they're going to try to make the ecosystem better for those who are more established, I guess. In 2018, a major focus for everyone on YouTube is protecting our creator ecosystem, ensuring your revenue is more stable. Yes, I mean, that's what they always talk. They always try to bring that up. I mean, most YouTubers are like, yeah, you get these months, your highs for your video game channels. Your highs are the holiday seasons, and your lows are your Januaries. Well, maybe not this January, but usually January, February, where it's like dead, where the ads really don't come, but the ads come during the holidays because of the holidays. So I guess this is that. So then they're going to try trimming the fat. So you have to have 40,000 hours within 12 months, and then the 1,000 subscribers. Now, the other thing was if you, and then this is the sum of thing. What did you? And then they talked about how you can still use the Creator Academy, Help Center, Creator Site, grow your channel, and then once you get to the threshold, you can have your partnership back. But it's like for those who are kind of on the fringe, no, the ones who are probably the most angry probably really haven't put into this. You know, I've done videos, but I've never really thought of them going anywhere. I've just done them for a hobby. Really, unlike my brother, he's done like a video almost every day and stuff. But he's gonna get affected too because he's out at 1,000. So there are people like him who are pushing it. But then again, it also depends on your content and who you draw. You know, the more people like your content, they share it around, and you know everything else comes as a snowball effect. As more and more people click on your stuff, if they like it, they share it, and then you know more people will like them because they're friends, and they'll like it and keep going. This is how it usually is. So there's also a misconception where you won't get to keep your thumbnails or anything. So back before your YouTube partner, you couldn't like customize your thumbnails. You couldn't like the end screen stuff. And live stream wasn't a thing before. Of course, schedule updates wasn't a thing. YouTube analytics wasn't really a thing until recently. But we get to keep all these. Although in the email, it doesn't say here. Oh yeah, here we go. We'll be building out new eligibility criteria for this external linking feature. So the only thing that you lose is the ability to, let's see, not custom end screen. So when YouTube partnership eligibility requirements are updated, channels currently have access to these features will continue to have access even if they are no longer building new eligibility, external linking feature. So I guess if you're gonna throw Patreon in there, or your Twitch channel, I guess that's not gonna work unless you're past a certain threshold for the program. So that's not gonna be a thing. And also they throw in super chat and sponsorships. Well, you have to be over 1,000 subscribers for these to be of anything. But then again, I guess for those who actually are at 1,000 but they don't have the watch time, then of course they can't have super chat. So you're not allowed to get donations or sponsorships anymore. So even if you do have 1,000, if you pull it off the grand scheme of sub for sub, and you got to 1,000 subscribers and tried to use super chat and that didn't work, so now they're getting rid of that. So people aren't going to be able to get away with that. So no, you're not going to be able to sub for sub your way back into this. Got to have the viewership. You got to watch the videos and the times. Now, of course, this isn't all on YouTube. I mean, for the lower guys, some of the lower channels like mine, if you look at our schedules, I mean the amount of stuff we've put out. My last video I put out was about 2 months ago. Like, you gotta be, if you're gonna do this and you want to be serious, you gotta be consistent. You have that, but you also have to have a niche, or people have to like you, your personality. You know, people will give PewDiePie and Markiplier, you know, they give big YouTubers, it's a big whole, you know, the big old spiel about how they're just screaming into a camera. People aren't there for them screaming all the time. They're there for their personality. If you don't have personality, people usually don't stick around if you're boring, or among other things. That's just the truth. And sometimes it's just, also it depends on what you're going into. If you're a gaming channel now, especially now, in comparison to like 2008, where if you started then, you would have a way bigger chance. Considering the internet is so widespread now, and people are able to stream from their PS4s and their Xbox Ones, and even like suboptimal computers can stream now and record footage. I mean, everybody can be a gaming channel. You have to have something that draws your audience. Not, and of course this is probably throwing in the, and people would be thinking, gamer chicks that flaunt their bodies. Guess that's an option. I mean, they're getting the retention somehow. I don't mean to go off on that tangent, but that if you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. But that's what it is. So maybe this is a wake up call for those who are still trying to make it in this to become something. I say there, and again, I hear this from the other YouTubers I watch, the bigger guys who've done this for a while. They're like, diversify, do other things. Don't just do the one thing. You gotta, you can't just be a flat out walkthrough channel. And all you do is you mute yourself and then you play the game with nothing. That doesn't add anything. You gotta do stuff, talk, do other videos, do discussion videos, do topics of the week or something else to throw into your channel. Sometimes being a variety channel helps. And of course, but then if you're a channel that found their niche, obviously if you're on this mailing list from YouTube saying you're not getting partnership, you probably didn't find your niche. I'm willing to say, because you haven't caught fire, and your fans or your viewers aren't clamoring for a specific type of video or a review or something. So I call it trimming the fat. And this is probably gonna get taken wrong by a whole bunch of people, but it's what it is. You can't just have like the whole bunch of people that are pulling in $12 a year. That's just dead money sitting there. So it's like YouTube is like, okay, we're just gonna trim off the dead money part, and we're gonna circulate this around to the people who can actually get to it, I guess. And some people will be like, well, that's not fair to us. Well, you made $12 in a whole year. You need the 100 to cash out. And some people a lot of the YouTubers are like, I didn't get paid. The original people who I watch regularly now, they're like, I didn't get paid till year 2, year 3. Some dude was like year 4, I didn't get paid, or it took me a while to get mine, and and that was just their experience. If you're going to take the leap into this, you need an angle. You need to be personal. People have to like. Well, okay, no, you have to be yourself. That's always the thing. Be yourself. You don't have to fake anything. You are what you are, and people will be hopefully drawn to what you are. Of course, if you're a rager, people like rage. If you're a well thought out person who discusses things, go try being a news channel, gaming news. That's always the thing. I watch a few of those guys, but you just gotta find what you are, and you gotta be consistent, and you have to have something that will continue to draw your audience back. Being under 1,000 subscribers or not having the watch time, because like I said, you can have 1,000 subscribers, sure, but that could be through various means of sub for sub and that doesn't exactly help you when you do sub for sub and those people don't watch your stuff. It's basically a dead sub, and that's where the subscriber apocalypse or whatever they called it, when people were just losing subscribers. Of course, that was a bug in the system, they said, but it would just lop off the dead subscribers from your channel, which basically people do when they sub for sub. I guess this is turned into a long ramble video. If you got this email, you're in the boat I'm in. You don't have the view count. You don't have the subscribers. This is a hobby. If you take this supremely seriously as a challenge to like raise your game and edit better or whatever you gotta do to motivate yourself, I guess this is the thing some people were waiting on. Otherwise, I see this as something that was going to happen eventually, I guess. But of course, I don't know anything. I just kind of float around here. I'll randomly post a video or two whenever I get the time. So, I'll still post videos as a hobby. One of the things where I talk about stuff like this. But I thought I would just do this because, hey, everybody else is talking about it. I might as well jump in and give my 2 cents in the cloud of anger because I'm like sitting right in the center of this stuff. So, heroes and villains, I'll catch you guys in the next video. May not be a partner anymore by February 20th, but hey, it's a hobby.